Hey YouTube world. So many of us have considered Hermes as the holy grail of all luxury handbags for various reasons, regardless of whatever rumors or news that is currently circulating out there. In my opinion, there are three reasons why. Exceptional leather and craftsmanship, it's undeniable. Number two, exceptional quality control. And above all, number three, the genius marketing creating the scarcity and exclusivity, which I would really say is probably the only real controversy. The rest of it, the work in, the whatever made in China, that's all just noise. Now, I can say Hermes is by far my biggest collection because like many other people, they have me on a chokehold and I'm kind of here for it. So if you really want a true, if you know luxury bag, then a non-iconic, as the French, sales associate would say, bag would be perfect for you. So I'll show you my entire non-iconic Hermes collection. Additionally, I will also share with you how to get your hands on one without playing the Hermes game. Let's get right into it. I am fortunate enough to say that I got all of these bags under US retail prices. Majority of them were from when I was in Europe. One or two that were pre-loved. And if you didn't know, when you purchase in Europe, you generally can save around 30 to 40% off, maybe even more depending on the day of the currency exchange or with taxes coming in or tariffs coming in, depending on when you're watching this video, off the retail prices here in the United States. You can easily do the math yourself by going to the Hermes website and then changing the country at the bottom of the website, or just basically Google it, right? Now, I know not everybody can just pick up, leave, or run off to Europe like a bunch of shopping maniacs, which, Mandy and I did. And, along with my other girlfriends. And if you haven't seen like our ridiculous 3 different Paris hauls and the strategies that we use to get the bags from Hermes brand new, go check that out. I have a playlist that I'll pin in the comments and above for you. Obviously, you can always buy from various pre-loved websites, which I love doing, but sometimes, just sometimes, it's a little bit different to be able to just open a brand new crispy box and that crispy tissue paper and know that you are the first owner of the bag. Kind of like a brand new car, right? Like it's a virgin car, a virgin bag. You're gonna be like the one owner of it. All right, let me just get some eye candy going here and show you the first bag, which if you've seen my last unboxing, this is the mini Gypsy Air in Swift with palladium hardware and in tube. So gorgeous. I'm just smelling. I'm getting punched in the face with the smell of leather right now. But like I said, there are ways of getting your hands on a brand new bag from Hermes directly. If you don't want to play the Hermes game or you don't even live near a boutique because Hermes SAs will not ship bags for you. You have to show up in person. I remember talking to my Vegas SA and I bought a bunch of items and then I just casually, it's like our first time interacting, right? I casually asked for a Evelyn TPM or an Evelyn 16, like the mini one, right? His response? His response was like, we can work towards that. Like, are you kidding me? Like, get out of here. I'm not buying 50 Twillies or a bunch of plates just so for you to offer me a TPM. That's like the entry-level bag, right? So this is why I refuse to play the Hermes game. I'm sorry, but also not sorry. So how do we work smarter and not harder? When I say harder, you're basically spending a bunch of money and it's technically your hard-earned money. So kind of that analogy works, I think, right? Which brings me to today's collaboration with Shengsho. They are basically an Hermes online bag drop alert service. That's a mouthful. I'm sure you have heard of these services before. They are nothing new and there are many of them out there. I've used them myself. And for those of you who are not familiar with this service, it's basically a subscription notification service you sign up for and select all of the non-quota bags because that's what's available online that you're interested in. And of course, you do have to select your country because Hermes will not ship out of the country. So make sure you select the correct country or the country that you reside in. If and when Hermes drops the bags on their website, you get an email notification with a direct link to the bag. You basically, all you have to do is click add to cart and hit checkout. Seems pretty simple, right? Ha! that's really just half the battle, because those bags disappear as fast as they appear. And I will tell you, I have seen this particular bag, the Mini Gypsy Air, drop on their website many, many times. So here are my pro tips that I am sharing with you based on my experience on how to actually be able to buy the bag. Because you are literally competing with hundreds, maybe even thousands of people out there using the same kind of service, what you really want to do is, if you never have purchased from the website before, is to establish a profile. Based on what I remember, this is like a long time ago, over a couple years, you will have to buy something, right? Like a lipstick or whatever, just because they won't let you save the payment in your profile unless you have purchased something before. Then make sure you link up your PayPal or Apple Pay profile, because when you hit add to cart, you don't have time to be inputting your credit card information, billing address, yada yada. Girl, you ain't got time for that. You gotta hit that checkout button so fast. And here is another secret, because I've been playing this Hermes online game for years. I'm not gatekeeping this. I'm sharing what I know with you. Again, this is multiple years of experience. So here are the time frames that they do drop. This is in the US. It might be different in other countries. So if you do know, definitely drop a comment. Let's share the wealth of information. There are plenty of bags that we can all take a chance at stabbing. It's kind of like going fishing, right? There's plenty of fish. Let's just go fishing together and share our best kind of practices on weekdays. Between 9 and 11 to 12 o'clock, like usually I've seen the most around 10:30 Central Time. Do your own time zone math. And sometimes around between 1 and 4, but usually it's around 1:30 time frame that I've seen the most. They rarely drop on weekends. I think I've only seen it like maybe once or twice over the years, but it doesn't happen that often. Now that there are so many of these services out there, and I've used a number of them, and how Shengsho is a little bit different, or quite different actually, is really coming down to the user experience. They're not the first, but they were really able to make a better mousetrap. And what I like about Shengsho's service is the notification that you do get shows you exactly what the bag is, the size is, and what color the notification is for. There are other services out there that are great, but usually it's just the model name, and you gotta keep clicking to see what colors there are available. Like Shengsho's notification, when it comes in, if you see a color, it's not something you like, then don't even click on that link. Another pro tip, don't click on the link too many times, because you will get that famous "you have been blocked" page. We all know that, right? And of course, once you get blocked, you can probably get access again the next day. But if you're actually trying to buy something, you know that you won't have access to that item on that particular device pretty much for the rest of the day, or at least a couple hours, right? My favorite part about Shengsho is that they have a history page. So you can basically go log in and see all of the bags that have been dropped, even SLGs like Kelly's To-Go's and Constance To-Go's and special SLGs that dropped in the previous day. So you can see all of the seasonal colors, all of the iconic colors they have been dropping, right? That's really neat to see, and you have a mental note of what colors are coming or what colors are available, even for the Hermes, stores like standalone boutiques. My last pro tip is to keep trying. You may not get the bag you want the first time, or the second, or the third time. Keep trying, and eventually you will get the bag you want, because that's what I had to go through. I was able to score a Picotin 18 for a friend, and also an Evelyn TPM for somebody else. I also was able to score her bag, but ended up returning it because it was just, this leather opening was just way too stiff and incredibly hard to use, in my opinion. So there you have it, my friends. I don't gatekeep from you. If you can't go to Europe, you don't live near a boutique, or simply just don't want to play the Hermes game, that's how you work smarter and not harder. So go follow their Instagram and ask them for a free 7-day trial. Use my discount code down here for $5 off your first payment. You can cancel at any time, obviously, but I've had my subscription for many years. I'm just saying, this ends up actually saving you money, right? Because you don't have to buy 20 pieces of, tableware, or perhaps a mug, or scarves, and just for the essay to tell you we can work towards a TPM. That's honestly like real girl math. So thanks Shengsho for partnering with me and of course creating such a cool app for us to use for those of us who just want to buy the bag. And honestly, like I started with a bag and that kind of led me down a complete rabbit hole where I appreciate pretty much anything, almost everything, not everything, that Hermes produces. I got the watch not too long ago. I've got rings. I'm not wearing it right now, but I've got a bunch of Hermes stuff. But it really all started with the bag, where I love what the craftsmanship has to offer and just overall an appreciation of Hermes as a brand itself. So on to doing my show and tell of my non-iconic, non-quota Hermes bag collection. For those of you who are new to my channel, hopefully you enjoyed the pro tips and all of my secrets that I'm sharing with you on how to get Hermes bags or just saving money, right? Less than retail whenever possible. I hope you hit that subscribe button, hit that like button for me, and drop me a comment if you are new here. Let me know you're new so I can welcome you to my channel. Additionally, I want to hear your experience. Has any of you used services like this? And if you are returning, you know, I'm really glad you're here. You know what to do. I rely on you every single week. So in chronological order of the current bags I do have in my collection, maybe I'll make another video of the other Hermes bags I have let go over the years. I don't think there's too many of them, but if you want to know why I let go of certain Hermes bags, drop me a comment as well. But in chronological order, this is the first Hermes bag that I have picked up. The Picotin 18, this is in the trench color in gold hardware. Funny story with this is that I was visiting, I had a layover in Stockholm or drop off my stuff, ran to the Hermes store in Stockholm, waited in line probably 10-15 minutes and I went in, didn't buy anything else. It was such a great experience. It was my first Hermes experience, I want to say. Didn't buy anything else, and the essay I had, I basically walked in saying, hey, was hoping that you guys have a Picotin 18 and I would love for it to be in the gold color as well as not black, because you know I'm not too into black bags. She and I had a great conversation. She's like, okay, I'll be right back, and she came back with this. I didn't specify what color. I just said neutral color, not black, and gold hardware. And basically I was so thrilled that I immediately like, here's my card. I was able to add this to my Hermes collection, my first in-store purchase. And it's just such great leather. Is this my favorite Hermes bag? I'll spoil it for you right now. No, it's not. I've used this a number of times. And again, you guys all know what a Picotin is, right? I used to have an insert in here. I no longer do, because maybe it's the one I got, but I didn't like that structured look. So I did end up taking it out. However, I do have tissue paper as well as stuffing in here to keep some sort of shape, but I do enjoy this slouchy look. The reason why this is not my favorite, because of the opening, right? So it's not the biggest deal, but I personally have a problem because my hands are pretty massive. I do find it a little bit of a hassle for me to reach inside my bag with this particular strap right here. And of course, if you want to, you know, have a straight up open compartment here or opening, you would need to undo the lock. So it's again, I still use the bag. Is it the biggest deal? No, but it does get annoying sometimes when it comes to the Picotin. The second one is my Bolide in Epsom leather, size 38 in palladium hardware. So I did purchase this secondhand, and honestly, I actually enjoy this bag. She's been hibernating for a while and neglected, so I do need to use this a bit more. I've been using this one for work, and it's just a very low-key, inconspicuous kind of bag. A lot of the Bolides out there are in Clemence leather. This one is in Epsom, so it does have a lot more structure, and you know, if you've been with me for a while, I really love structure bags. I know the minis are all the rage, but the Bolide 35s are very underrated because it is a bigger bag, but it's not so big that it is inconvenient. It does come with a shoulder strap, so that does add points to it on functionality. The interior is one main open compartment. They also have one slip pocket, well actually two slip pockets, and the interior is just super luxurious because of the leather, the lambskin that is inside, which is different obviously from the Epsom on the outside, and it does fit quite a bit. So I really enjoy this one. pretty sure this one's gonna stay in my collection for a long time. Now, my third bag is my second in-store purchase from my original Paris haul. This is the Halzan, I wanna say the 22, and it's in the Verso combination where the inside is going to be Swift, outside will be Clemence. And this is kind of a follow-up because when I purchased my Picotin, I've never seen the Halzan in person or just anything. I had no idea what this bag was when I purchased this. I saw it in the Stockholm store and I was like, ooh, what is that? I actually love the look and design of it. So of course, you know, the lady, the SA let me try out and it was just phenomenal. So ever since, even though I was buying the Picotin, ever since then, I've been eyeballing this bag. And this is actually the perfect size. It's got a very slim profile. I know they originally came out with like the bigger size. A lot of people complain that the larger size were way too big, and then they came out with a mini version. And of course, the complaint was that it was way too small, couldn't really fit much in it. So this is kind of like the Goldilocks size. And honestly, this is perfect. So I've used the heck out of this bag, and I love how there are back pockets right here where it does fit a phone. And then the interior does have multiple, you know, 2 different compartments where you could put your passport here or whatever is of importance to you here, and then your main compartment. And it's really secure because it does have that flap over it. You can basically do this up with a button and buckle, but I just keep it open. Wears it as a crossbody. You can adjust it so that you can wear it as a shoulder. But overall, this is a fantastic travel bag. The next bag, I don't know if I should consider this a non-quota bag because it's technically not the Birkin. It's called the Hack or Haut Couture. I'm totally butchering that. I know I had said it right the first time when I revealed this bag, but technically it's not the Birkin. And also, if you think about it, technically this is the original Birkin. So I'm just gonna throw it in there as a bonus item, but I don't know if you can consider this an iconic bag. This originally was a travel bag where when they first released it, it comes in size 40, size 45, I think maybe also a 50 as well. How this is different is that this is taller than a Birkin. This one in particular is a size 28, which is the smallest Hack that they, or HAC, that they produce in Epsom leather, and it's this chocolate color with palladium hardware. So I won't talk too much about it just because it kind of is in between categories. Is it iconic? Is it not iconic? Is it quota bag? I don't know. You tell me. What do you think? The next one on my list here is my mini Lindy that I got on my second haul. Again, all of the links will be down below, but look at how cute this is. I had the Lindy from before. Again, I did let go of my Lindy 26 or 30. I have to double check, but it was just way too big. It was very inconvenient. But when you squish it down to a miniature version of it, it is fantastic. I love this bag, and it is in the red color, burgundy color, and of course gold hardware in Swift leather. Smells freaking amazing. Do I want another one? Maybe. I kind of want another mini Lindy in a different color, but you know, I'm not the kind of person that likes to collect the same bag with, you know, 50 different colors, but we'll see. Again, my biggest gripe with my original Lindy, which is much bigger, is that the opening of the bag with the zipper, it was just incredibly hard to close and open, right? Unzip and zip. However, when it's the miniature size of it, you kind of just leave it unzipped because it's not like it's gonna be, things are gonna fall out or anything, but you just kind of leave it unzipped and you just close it at the front. Super convenient. And of course the strap is long enough for me to wear it as a crossbody. Just like, it was like the perfect. On Mandy, it was too short for her. For me, I am 5'8" or 172 centimeters, and it actually fits pretty perfectly. My most recent addition, again, with my latest Paris adventures, I did pick up the mini Gypsy Air in Etoupe. I haven't started wearing this yet, so I can't give you too much thoughts on this, but come back. I'll do maybe a full-blown review as I start to wear this, but you can see this is super tiny. Mandy got hers on gold hardware. She loves it, but it does come with a jacquard cloth strap, fabric strap, and you can see that this has a Kelly buckle on it, right? So I'll give you more thoughts on it, but it is a beautiful color, smells amazing. Glazing obviously is perfection. And because you stuck with me till the end, I have one unboxing, a new Hermes bag that I am adding to my collection. The Evelyn PM in the black with gold hardware. So originally, again, if you have not seen that video with the Paris haul, Mandy and I did a little bit of negotiating and she actually got a new bag that she is in love with. So maybe we'll do an unboxing for that so she can show you how excited she is. But because she got that bag, she's like, we're gonna do a little bit of Mickey Mouse math, girl math, whatever you want to call it. And she's like, here, do you want this bag? I'm like, yes, absolutely do. It's black, right? So I'm just like, it's black. I don't know. Do I want it? But I saw the versatility of the PM size. Most people were like, oh, it's too big. But then the TPM was much smaller, right? Hence, I tried it on because I never really tried it on in person. It's actually not that big. Again, I'm a bigger person, so that might not be a blanket statement for everybody, but honestly, it's actually not that big. And how squishy and malleable it is, I think this is the perfect travel bag. Now, I basically have gotten rid of like majority. I want to say I have 2 black bags left. So for me to add a black bag, again, if I'm using this for travel, it's black, it's inconspicuous. I think it's perfect. So yeah, this is now in my collection. I'm pretty pumped about it. And by the way, both of these bags were bought at the airport. So there are chances for you to purchase bags at the airport. So again, we share our secrets in the Paris haul video. So go check out that video if you haven't done so already. It is long, but stick with us. I promise you'll get a lot of information out of it. So hopefully you enjoyed all of the information I shared with you today, all my tips and tricks. And again, thanks for Shengsho for partnering with me on this video. Go check out their Instagram, go check out their services, give it a try. 7-day free trial, nothing to lose, honestly. And if you love Hermes and want to go down an Hermes kick, I've got a lot of videos on Hermes. So I'll leave the playlist for you here. Life is hard. I want to help you save time and money so that you can somehow adult easier and hopefully less than retail. I'll see y'all next time.